What is going on, guys? Jada Phantom Forward here with the same video, and today I will give you my top tips for this year's Pokemon Go Tour global event. So, as we know, the global will be happening on February 25th, 26th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. in your local time. And also, just a quick reminder, if you're going to Las Vegas, if the Hoenn Tour in Las Vegas, reminder those dates are February 18th and February 19th in 2023. So I'm gonna give you my top tips for try to do for both Las Vegas and global, but this is mostly for top tips for global, but you can still use these top tips if you're going to Las Vegas as well. So before we go my top tips, I'm just gonna go through this briefly again, and also I'm gonna put my 3 previous videos that I did on this already down below in the description. So let's go to mass research. So you'll be tickets be able to purchase for $4.99 on February 20th until March 20th. Tickets can be purchased with Poke Coins. Tickets to these available non-refundable. Yada yada yada. Massive research with the few steps leading to the encounter with Side Jirachi will be referred to tickets. So we repeat this twice. So we massive research with few steps leading to encounter with Side Jirachi will be available to ticket holders, trainers who attend to the in Las Vegas. And Pokemon Go Tour attendees with a shorter massive research will not be able to purchase the longer global massive research. So it sounds like Pokemon Go Tour attendees with a shorter so you get the shorter research will not be able to produce the longer global massive research. So it makes sense. You're able to you'll be able to pick between Ruby and Sapphire. And there will be 1-5 Primal rates or Runster rates. I'm not sure to be added some more rates in this, but it looks like it's to be Torchic, Trico, Bell Kip, 5-star rating, normal attack, defensive speed, the phone Deoxys, and Primal and Groudon and Kyogre raids. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one. So the habitats should be Torchic, Puchiana, Lotad, Nakata, Makuita, Nosepass, Aran, Kakania, Numel, Balto, and Bagon. And the earning meds should be Walt, Surskis, Rishmer, Metadate, Spoink, Singus, Viper, Chimeco, Apsa, Snorri, Loftus, and Beldum. And Inferno Earth, Trico, Zigazoo, Ropo, Zedot, Shumish, Selekup, Skitty, Mawa, Electric, Rosil, Gumplet, and Swablu. And Mudkip, Taylor, Wingo, Kavana, Botchwoch, Corfish, Laleep, Anorth, Feebas, Field, and Clamperl. So those are the habitats. And for the Primal Resurge again, Minum, Elamize, Romer, Lunatone, and Raincastform, that's for the Kyogre. And for the Groudon, Puzzle, Volbeat, Tramper, Silver, Excited Castform, I'm not yet decide which team I'm going to choose for. I'm going to choose when it gets closer, when the day gets closer. And it would be getting 2 new cops of Pikachus, one with the Brennan's hat and Maze Bow. 2 Eggs. We have Pichu, Elegibug, Trico, Torture, Mudkip, Azrael, Rhina, Isona, that shining Azrael, all the Igglypuff. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully I get at least one of those during the whole event. With the 5 Eggs, we have Surskit, Glop, and Cagnia. All could be shiny. Very cool. 2nd Egg, Trampage, Phoebus, Bagon, and Beldum. If you plan to do the 7 eggs, note that Bagon Beldum is most useful because both have megas and 10 eggs. Make sure you take advantage of these because these are regionals, and regionals are very. And then you got these regionals, depending on where you are. Some may not be lucky to get any of these, but make sure that you take advantage of trying to hatch these 10 eggs. And then note that the big storage will go by 50 for each. The Pokemon storage, so 6,200, you're going to go 6,250. And for 5200, it goes 5250. With that being said, let's start with my top tips. We start with tip number one. Tip number one is all about your Pokemon storage. You want to start cleaning your bag, your storage, and trying to aim for 305. Remember, we have no back community day. That's coming out on November 5th. Now it's be from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And you want to make sure you stop prepping for that. And after that, we had to prep for the Hoenn event. So a lot of time consuming kind of things, and make sure you're trying to clean your Pokemon storage. You want to make sure, do I really need this? Ask questions like, do I really need this? Do I really need like 10, 0%? I'd be Pokemon that is like Trico or I don't know, Riddle or something like that. Actually, maybe like keep one or two or trade the rest or transfer the rest. You may add upgrade your bait if needed. Because my goal is trying to transfer at least trying to aim for 200, 300. Because I have some stuff from like previous events still that have not yet transferred. But I might have to do that for sure, and then I will have at least 200 to 300 space. And if you wanna, now's a chance. If you want to use your Poke spend coins, trying to upgrade your bag or trying to get items for this event, start doing that now because every single day matters and it so counts. You want to make sure you try to get gems each day as you can. Try to get that 50 max each day. I really wish it's 100. That should be the max, or try to bump it up to maybe like 60 or 70. But I think 100 should be the max, but not 50. But with that being said, and if you want to make sure when you go into this Hoenn Tour event, or you're going to Las Vegas or the global event, make sure you don't want to spend too much time wasting on transferring Pokemon. Here's why. Let's say you race for like 5-10 minutes each hour just transferring Pokemon. Guess what? It's 8 hours, right? 10 to 6. Guess what? That's if you waste like 5 to 10 minutes, you're wasting a lot of time. You're wasting like 40 to 80 minutes just on transferring. If my math is right. So 40 to 80 minutes. That's huge. That's a lot of spawns. That's a lot of candy. Exo candy missing and potential shinies that you are missing, and also sucking up Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls by spinning. That can add up quickly. So make sure you going heading to this event with a lot of Poke storage. Make sure you try to, if you can, make sure you try to aim 300, 500. Make sure you try to limit transfer as possible during the event, because you want to make sure you have a lot more free time. Just don't worry about transfer. Just play the game from the full 8 hours. Yeah, from 10 to 6. And now, with that being said, this be heading to my tip number two. Tip number two is open the iron storage. You do not need those you might upgrade it that you need, but you don't need those super or small portions as at all. Like you do not need those portions. You need maybe like hyper and max, but that's it. Revive. Like if you have if you like, let's say like 250 revives, and you have like a lot of mods that you not revive recently, revive them now, and then potion them, and that helps to clear the big lot faster as well. And also, these potions take too much space. You want to make sure you have space for like for Gronarazes, rare candies, Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls, your incense, your lucky eggs, your star pieces, um, rare candies. Have I mentioned that? You want to make sure raid passes. You want to make sure you have enough for these in items. You want to make sure you have these enough storage for these items, and basically if your bag is full, you're not be able to spend. So keep that in mind. And that being said, this is perhaps a tip number three. Tip number three: what to make evolve. So head into the van if you're wondering what to Mega Evolve. So I have like few in mind that you could possibly Mega Evolve. Here's why. Mega Steelix. Why Mega Steelix? Well, because Beldum, Marrow, and Groudon. The Groudon, everyone EXO Kings with Groudon, but I don't know. I do it because I need more EXO Kings, so I might have to go down this route as well. And if you want more Kings to go down, I might have to go down this route. But another option is Mega Swampert. Because the Mudkip Exos, Okanis, the Kyogre, the Phoebus, the Field, the Cabana. So there's a lot of options that you could do for Swampert and to this specific habitat. Like, we didn't know how the habitat's going to work for the global event. Am I alternate each hour? Am I going to do like 2 each hour? I was like, I'll be happy with, well, I'm gonna be mad if they do 2 hours in a row for each habitat, but we'll see. You could do Megateria, that's same thing with Vega, Mawile, and Routes. The Routes in the Mawile, because of the fairy type, and the Charizard X, Torchic, and Vega. Torchic for the fire part of the Mega, and Vega for the dragon part. And you could also Mega Evolve, like, if you want to Mega Evolve none of these, you can Mega Evolve something else. Keep that in mind as well. And I'll bring that being said for the items. So I'll be bringing tip number 4. Tip number 4 is all about items. You want to make sure you are prepped and ready to go for this Hoenn Tour event. So, like I mentioned before, it's all about Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls. So you want to make sure you have at least, I say, 400 plus Pokeballs and more. That should be your goal. 500, 700 Great Balls, 600 and 800 Ultra Balls or more. So this gets the idea, like, okay, like, wanting to do what, like, we have time. We are, each day is clocking. So if you're nearby an area that has a lot of spins, go to it and go, like, maybe like few laps throughout each day, couple times a day to stock up on these items that you need for this event and delete away those hyper super potions as well. Um, Pineapple berries, maybe I recommend like around 300 pineapple berries, 50 to 75 silver pineapple berries, and 50 to 75 Gonorazes. Because you don't want to spend too much time catching a Pokemon, which you could just put a Gonoraz on it. And then we don't know how the lucky eggs, the incense, and the saw pieces will work. How long is the duration for both days? So keep this in mind. So for both days, keep in mind that you might need 16 luckies for both days. 16 to 32 star pieces. That's for 16 for day 1, 16 for day 2. Incense, you might need the max is 16 probably. It might only last for an hour, but make sure you have a lot of incense in store. And yeah, because incense will help track more potentially rare Pokemon depending I think global in Las Vegas area will try probably most likely rare Pokemon. Um Make sure you take advantage of that. And yeah, incubators, I'm not sure how many incubators I would recommend having. Like, if you're walking right now, should be fine. Because I just have my regular incense, so doesn't matter. So I might get some more, but we'll see. And I'll bring in the tip number 5. Tip number 5 is a useful one. Here's why. You want to make sure you charge your phones and charge your battery packs and backup battery packs if needed for if you plan on playing on both days because you want to make sure your quality game is better quality use and you're not worried about like run out of battery if you forgot your battery pack. Bring in some extra charger ports just in case you forgot one. Like bring some extra cords. Of that being said, I would do it for this year's top tips for this global Hoenn Tour event. I'm sorry I didn't have too much information for the Las Vegas, but you want more tips about that for Las Vegas, go check out Trinity's Club channel. He covered the Las Vegas top tips as well with the Make Sure the Global. But with that being said, I stop probably now. It's gonna be here as soon as we know it. And let me know down in the comments if these tips help. I do my best I can with these tip videos to help you better prepare for yourself and for the games you have to spend your usual time and having fun, not worry about running around Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls, something like that. And remember, if you're going to Las Vegas, is the 18th and 19th. And if you're doing the global event, it's February 25th and February 26th. We'll repeat that one more time. Las Vegas is February 18th and 19th. And the whole global Hoenn Tour event is February 25th and February 26th from 10 to 6 p.m. in your local time. Thanks so much for watching. February 25th to February 26th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. in your local time. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.